By the way, can I recommend the next time you're worried about a personal flaw, just blame society. It feels good, because not only do you get to seem like clever and insightful, you also just get away with whatever's wrong with you. I think you'll find it's society's fault my house smells like this. Good day. But I do think I have a point, because hyperbole is everywhere now. It's the only language we seem to have. I mean, is Gen Z in? Gen Z? You're pretty young. I'm guessing because the light's in my face and people moisturize. I can't tell. I've looked like this since I was fucking 11. I don't know. You must be Gen Z, right? I've been on TikTok. I've seen what you guys are up to. And I don't like it. There's a comment on TikTok that the Gen Zers, they leave it under videos they like, whatever, a dog opens a jar. And the comment is, I'm throwing up, I'm crying, I'm dead. That's a stock phrase. I'm throwing up, I'm crying, I'm dead. It's not an appropriate response to anything, is it? Apart from Ebola. Fair enough, Ebola. But a dog opening a jar, no. And hyperbole is everywhere now. Like those reviews I mentioned earlier, like movie posters for theatre, musical. The reviews don't even make sense to me on those. I'll be in like the London Underground, say, and they got those big posters for the West End shows, and the quotes at the bottom will be like, this show left my sense of place in the universe shattered. And you go, oh my God. You read the next quote and it's like, I was sick into my lap. 5 stars. You're like, what show is this? I must know. And you look up at the title and it's a regional tour of Greece. And you just think, that can't be for that. That's not for that, is it? How could it possibly be? And it's all over comedy as well. There's a figure in comedy who is the worst for what you might call performative hyperbole, and I really hate him a lot. It's the cry laughing emoji. I really hate that guy. You don't need to worry about him. On TikTok, the young people, when something's funny, they use the skull emoji because, as I mentioned, they are dead. But the rest of us old fucks are stuck with the cry laughing man. You know, with the little tears coming out the eyes. And the reason I hate the cry laughing emoji is because I need him. I need him. If you cover your online video in cry laughing emojis, people click on it like 1,000 times more. It's depressing, but it's true. And it's all about views. If you have a big enough number of views, TV producers, they're too busy and afraid to try and pick a guy on their own, so they just go, big number, let's have him on, right? That's how it works now. So we need views, so we need the cry laughing emoji. That's what the business is. It's all just online fucking. It's not like the old days. I know comedians from the 80s and 90s, and it sounds better. Just back then, you go to the terrifying pub, you go into the basement, be quite funny for 20 minutes, an incredibly frightening man would give you an envelope, and you go, here you go, see you next week. And you go, oh, thank you. And you'd open it up, 60 quid in there, go home, buy your flat, right? And you just spend the 90s amassing some sort of property empire, you know. It sounds fucking great. Now it's just Squid Game with memes and fighting over digital scraps, and we need the cry laughing man. It's all like click-through rates, key performance indicators, yeah? I am my own online digital marketing consultant, audio-visual engineer, podcast producer, gig promoter, like writer, director. The point of this life choice was to have no jobs. Not to have 7 jobs, each more freelance than the last. So we need the cry laughing man, but I don't like him because it's not real, is it? You didn't cry laughing at the dog opening the jar. None of us did. And crying laughing is a big deal. If any of you cry laughing, that is the highest compliment you can pay the chef, right? That's what we live for. It's a big deal crying laughing because it's rare. And you feel incredible for months afterwards. It feels like all the hate that's built up in your pipes has been fired out of you through joy. You feel shriven? Isn't it nice to feel shriven for once? Not just on Shrove Tuesday when you're supposed to. It's a big deal crying laughing. And when you watch the dog open the jar, You didn't cry laughing. What you did was you went, huh. You did a little honk. And that's at best. That is the highest praise you can give to the hilarious online video community. The honk. If we're honest with ourselves, a lot of the videos, we don't even honk. What we do is we watch the allegedly hilarious video in sepulchral silence. And in that silence, we make a calculation about whether or not it's worth forwarding to the family WhatsApp. I don't know if my parents are conversant enough with the universe of SpongeBob SquarePants to really understand why it's funny in this meme that Rishi Sunak is Squidward. I'll send it to the uni friends group. And you make that hilarious calculation in silence in between finishing your shit and wiping. So, don't fucking talk to me about crying laughing, because you didn't.